Welcome back to the Playtime channel. Today, the Brook and the Bluff first place wheel.
Wheel time.
Yippee! Please don't get a yikes.
You don't know, maybe.
Yeah, we're good.
This was, I think this was the one category I didn't have one for.
Of course.
I think this might be a little bit of a turn, but I think we're going to do Brook and Bluff first place.
Okay, we're back with Jerry's pick. First time in a while, it seems like, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard one song off this record. Other than that, I know nothing, so I'm passing it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, this was my COVID record. It came out in October 2019. I think I found it about a year later. I think I was just starting my history school, and I found this, and I like it. It's very easy listening, so maybe not the best choice for a reaction, just because I feel like we've been doing this a lot, where it's like we've been doing records that are like it sounds good. Maybe not The Cure, but like before
The
that.
Cure sounds fantastic.
Well, I know, but like we had more to say about The
No,
Cure.
yeah.
We didn't just like get stuck on that. So maybe we'll be going back to that, but I don't know. I still throw this thing on every once in a while. It's just a good time. So there we go. It's probably a perfect like spring summer record, and we're doing it in the complete wrong time, but that's fine.
We can dream.
We can dream. But I think we'll start off with the first two tracks, those being the title track First Place and Shelby.
You know, it's an indie record where they do the we're recording early.
Yeah, that's true. I think this was their first album, so really leaning in.
Tried to give you what you need. It sunk through. We're just through. In my own way, I'm weighted down, I'm faded. Last night it came and stayed around and waited. Can't wrap my head around it. Pick up on my phone case, just staring at the empty space. Why is it empty as my face these days? Wonder if the call came, would I have anything to say in the first place?
All right, that was First Place and Shelby.
I thought those both were pretty good. Knowing that I have heard the next song, I went in with a certain expectation, and that's kind of met, but at the same time, it went in a different direction that I didn't expect, which is a good thing. The opening sounded like a Frank Ocean song,
Yeah,
like
kind of.
dangerously close to one off of like Endless, where it is more of that like open lo-fi kind of vibe, but the vocals were fantastic. Even the inflection is kind of Frank Ocean, the way that like you can kind of tell it's like a wide mouthed kind of enunciation.
Yeah.
In that kind of way. I really dig it. Yeah, like you said, it's really easy listening, but at the same time, I feel like they know what they're doing, and it doesn't feel tacky or like something you've heard before. It's like taking all of the things that are popular right now and like throwing them with each other, and it's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. I'll take this over a Jack Antonoff 25th indie record in a year type
Yeah.
thing, because this feels a little bit more. It still feels a little bit more bedroomy, a little bit more indie. But yeah, those were both pretty great. I don't know if I have much to add lyrically. I think the songs are pretty self-explanatory, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, definitely like good song length on Shelby too. I feel like that song was pretty good. Like, if it would have went on longer, it would have been a little bit too much with all the choruses coming back. But
Yeah.
I don't know. The flows of them are pretty nice.
Yeah. No, I do like both of those songs. I think First Place is a pretty decent intro. Although I will be honest, most times I do just start with Shelby, because I want that, bam, that right first, big hit right off the first song, and I like Shelby a lot. That one's probably one of my favorites on the record. Yeah, I don't know too much about their discography. This is the only album of theirs I've listened to. I've
I think they
tried to
released
listen.
one this year, so
I think they have, yeah, they have one in 2021 and then one this year. And I have not heard either of them. I think I tried listening to the 2021 one, and I'm like, this isn't as good as the First Place. And I turned it off, but maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I need to go back. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty good start, I would say. We'll move on. Track 3 is Everything Is Just a Mess.
Round the corner, I thought I'd seen you. Thought you were looking for me. I thought I'd reached you. I can't get out of this distress. It circles in my mind, and everything is just a mess, but I am doing fine. Head won't stop spinning round. Make your decision now. Head won't stop spinning. Love me or let me out. Head won't stop spinning round. Make your decision now. I want your decision now. Love me or let me out. Let me out. Make your decision
Classic Fade Out.
absolutely
That was Everything Is Just a Mess.
great. I've heard that before, so I don't know if
course.
I have like a lot to add, but I think it's just a really really solid indie track. One that's like genuinely catchy,
Yeah.
and that would kind of get stuck in your head for days. But it's gentle. It's got, again, it's like coffee house music, but it has more to grab your attention. It's not just background music. It's something that is genuinely like, okay, I can still get into this a little bit more than I would something I'd throw on in the background, but it's not too invasive, which is cool. I don't know. It has this really unique lane that I really like about it. I feel like everybody was playing this song, like, yeah, like you said, 2020. I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard this song a lot in different popular playlists and stuff like that. But it is genuinely like that kind of song. I
Yeah.
feel like this achieved what that Pine Grove album was trying to do, except like it does it better than any song on there, pretty much.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I really like this one.
Yeah, no, that one's great. This is the only song of theirs I've ever heard in public. It was in a record store in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, that I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was such a thing where I'm like, wait, this is one of their songs. Never heard one of their stuff out. But then again, I don't frequent many coffee shops or stuff like that. Places where people like indie music frequent. Like, although I guess that is record shops.
Yes.
So there we go. But yeah, no, I like that one. Really, like, the first half of this record is like near like perfect for what it is. So it's kind of hard. I don't have a lot to say about these songs just because they are just so easy listening. But yeah, that one's a great one. Like that one a lot. But move on. Track 4 is Halfway Up.
One's even more popular.
Even more popular.
That's crazy.
I know.
Standing out on glaciered lakes. Oh, you locked me out for days and days. At pointed lens, you turn your face. We could never feel comfortable in this way. When I was everything that you wanted, and I was on the path to being honest. I stopped when we were halfway up in Austin, and it felt as we were living in our forfeits. Everything so long. You're gone.
All right. That was Halfway Up.
Not too bad. I think I can definitely tell that that's their like most popular song. I felt like it was the most like, okay, this going into an indie genre is like this is just like you typed it into like Chat GPT and this is what spit out. That being said, it's not bad at all. It's not the vibe I go for, but again, they're towing this line of like, I don't know, like shop music in the background, but it's like it's better than all of that. It's not cheesy. Like the lyrics aren't over the top. The performance is good.
Yeah.
It's like got a tiny bit of jazz, like white boy jazz, not actual jazz, but just like a tiny little bit of like step to it. That's really nice. But I don't know. I don't have like a lot to add. Like it sounds good. Like it's arranged well. There's nothing inoffensive about it. So like I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this isn't breaking any new ground, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. This one's not my like favorite, but I do like this one a lot. Yeah. I don't know if you'll even be able to tell which one's my favorite because I feel like if
Probably
there was,
not.
if there
This
was
is
a,
just Jerry core, so it's like
yeah, I
hard
know.
to tell.
If a betting man out there would bet that one was my favorite because it's the most popular and you know.
See, but when you're really into the album and it's like an artist that like I don't know, if you're like really into an album, it's rare that the most popular song's your favorite. But if we're like reacting to an album and the most popular song comes on and you're not familiar with the artist, then I feel like that's your favorite.
That is a really good point. Although Helplessness Blues is still the best song on that record.
I agree. So I yeah.
Yeah, that's the one exception. But yes, that's a very good point. But yeah, we'll move on. Track 5 is Off the Lawn.
Avalon, off the lawn, 3 steps and I'm gone. I never think about what went wrong. I never think about you at all. Oh my God, how I'd fall right into your arms. I'm stepping over what went wrong. 3 steps and I'm gone. Every lonely hour spent lost in every corner. think that I need you.
Off the lawn.
That one's really good. That might be my favorite. It's near the top, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the vocal performance was really great on that track. I think the vocalist here is like really just like, I wouldn't say carrying, but it's like adding another layer to this record where it's like
Yeah.
not just background music. It's like he demands attention and he's
It's
like
very good.
actually doing really, really, really good vocal work.
Mhm.
And it's not the typical like, where you can get in this genre where it's either too monotone or it's way too dramatic and over the top for what the music is. This fits it perfectly.
Yeah.
Again, the way they're like progressing through these tracks is pretty great. I love the kind of like almost southern rock guitar solo at the end. It's like not
Yeah.
too in your face, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, that's kind of like nostalgic, kind of southern. But at the same time, it just fits really well. So
Yeah.
that one probably my favorite.
Yeah. I would say that one is probably the best song because that one's just a whole lot of fun. If you've not heard that one and you've heard the two bigger ones, I would recommend that one. It's not as streamed and it should be more streamed, frankly. But yeah, that one has always been one of my favorites. Not my favorite, personally.
The guessing game.
It's yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. Well, here's the thing, because I've always said that this next one is my favorite, but I need to see if that is true, because that has been my opinion for many years, and now I need to see was that true, or now have my music tastes change, and now Off the Lawn might be my favorite.
This is an experiment.
It is an experiment, but I guess we'll see. Track 6 is Pastels.
Saw you run across this fleet, stoned and drunk across this way. Still can't show you how this space is hard to move from off old pages. Just before it brings us down, our perfect dream gives out. We fade to pastel blue, like the sky painted perfect in the panel view. But I keep my eyes on you. We fade to pastel blue, colors stray, they enveloped us in the panel view. But my focus stays on you. It stays on you.
All right, that is Pastels.
Very good. Yeah, I like that as much as the other one, or the last one, I should say. I don't know. I might like this one better. I can't tell. I'm a
do.
sucker for when you chop the song in half and do a switch up.
Yeah.
I do like that typically, and I think both parts of this were pretty good. I think the writing on this track's probably the best out of the record. I love the blues on the back end. That was
Yeah.
nice. Funky white boy with a guitar. That's sometimes you got to just do that, pulling out a John Mayer almost on the last part of the track.
Yes, it's
Um,
very John Mayer.
Yeah. But again, he kind of like dives into this more, again, almost Frank Ocean, weird alternative R&B type inflection on the back end, which is really great too.
Yeah.
Um, I always like how floaty that kind of ends up sounding, and it does bring some soul to this track, which is really nice. So, yeah, this one's probably my favorite.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, my thoughts have not changed. That is still my favorite one. Um and like honestly, I've gone back over like over the years being like, no, I like the second half more. I like the first half more. Now I think it's like, no, they're both just really, really good.
They complete each other.
They complete each other. It wouldn't be a complete song, with just one. Theoretically, you could, but it would be worse. Um, but yeah, no, that one is just fantastic. I think, yeah, like you were saying, the writing on this one is probably the best. Although I do really like the line in Off the Lawn where it's like the door handle in my old car, my getting fixed will just remain a thought. Like, oh, that's
That
fun.
is good. I didn't catch
That's
so.
fun. Yeah, they have like they have quirky humor.
Yeah.
Like the description for their like vinyl is four local bad boys with social anxiety and a taste for dad humor try their best to convey the complexities of love and relationships. It'll make more sense if you just listen to it.
That does pretty much like the language of that and everything is exactly how this sounds. So
Yes.
again, it's pretty genuine and it comes out in the songs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a little quirked up. It's a
Hmm.
little coffee house, but at the same time, it's like it's genuine and it's good.
Oh yeah. They are who they are, and that's one thing too is I love like their Spotify page. They have like each band member has a playlist of their songs, and they have
Mm.
like their all-time tunes, which are like I don't know the ones that they like the best, and they have some pretty good stuff in there. Might I just say. Their first one is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears, which is unironically one of my favorite songs. I don't know why. It just has a great groove, but we're not here to talk about Tears for Fears.
Not today.
Not today. Not ever. We're never
Or
going to
ever,
listen
really.
to their album. I don't know
That'd be
if they
interesting.
have like a solid record. I think they just have good songs. Two good songs. They technically wrote Mad World, but everyone knows the Gary Jules
Yeah.
version anyway.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but we could just we'll go back to the Brook and the Bluff now. Go to track 7, Hallways.
Running through the halls of the riding school. Never thought our legs that fast could move. Tell me we are headed home. Tell me where to go. Tell me I'd love to hear your name when it's cold. 'Cause my heart it warms, my heart it warms.
Hallways.
Always. Not bad. That one I was getting a little bit too much Bon Iver for my liking.
Mm,
I feel like that was the only song where the influence was like a little bit too much
okay.
of one single artist, but at the same time, it didn't sound bad. It's just like, especially like towards the end of the verses into like that high pitched almost whistle note into the chorus. I'm like, that's just a Bon Iver, but
Yeah,
like the
I can
range
see
is
that.
not as good. Even the writing, they were trying to be a little bit like abstract by switching some words around, and it didn't work for me. Uh, but I mean, it sounded pretty good. I like the way the track wrapped up. I think again the progression is great. A lot of times with some of these indie records, like it'll be kind of the same kind of instrumentation, and there won't be like too much progression. I like when stuff switches up constantly. So that still worked for me. I was just like a little bit too much influence in one place.
I don't know. I mean, I've never listened to Bon Iver. Maybe that's my problem.
We'll get there.
coming soon. Because I do
We
want to
should
get
have
to
done a
them.
Bon Iver record by now.
Yeah,
Honestly.
by
It's kinda-
now it should
Yeah.
have been, but it's been a while since they've dropped too. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever going to be another drop. So I
oh,
don't know
are
if
they
we should
done?
wait for that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's anything new coming. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay. Well, I know. Well, didn't he just do like a? He did like a side
He
project.
just did a whole, yeah.
Yeah.
He did Big Red Machine, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We'll get to that some other time. So yeah, don't know the Bon Iver stuff, although I'm very interested. But yeah, I do think that song, it's okay. It's not like my favorite. Although he has like a great like kind of baritone when he gets low and that like that last note in the chorus. Man, it is smooth, and I
I
like
think it
it.
was smooth. It's just like when I was in the Bon Iver kind of headspace, I'm like, he goes low.
Oh, he
and I was
does.
like, ooh. So I think that's why I wasn't like eliciting a reaction.
That's true. Yeah. But from the uninitiated, sounded pretty good. And I mean, we've been singing this
still
guy's
sounded good.
praises. He's got a great voice. So, yeah. Great little song, a little short number. We'll move on to the longest song, Lovers Rock. 14 minutes.
I am in the wilderness. You are in the music. In the man's car next to me. And somewhere in my sadness, I know I won't fall apart completely. When I need to be rescued, when I need a place to swim. You are the lover's rock, the rock that I cling to. You're the one I swim to in a storm, like a lover's rock. You are the lover's rock, the rock that I cling to. You're the one I swim to in a storm.
All right. Lovers Rock.
Not bad. I like that one. I like the double tracking, especially. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that one went on a little bit too long. I feel like it didn't do enough to warrant the almost 5 minutes.
Yes.
Which again, to me, that's nothing. But it's like with this one, comparatively to the rest of the stuff on the record, I feel like all of those used the time very wisely, and like nothing seemed to drag on. This one dragged on a little bit, maybe like cut off 20 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty minor thing. But yeah, I do like how smooth this is. I liked how like they're limiting themselves to these 10 tracks to this 35 minutes or whatever, because you do get a decent amount of variety without them going too off the rails or without every song sounding the same. So I'll definitely take a song like this on this record.
Yeah.
And while it's not my favorite, I mean, I definitely would not skip it.
No, yeah. I'll be honest, these last 3 tracks, for like the longest time, I just ended the album early. I really did not like Lovers Rock when I was first listening to it. I've come around to it a little bit.
Your cold, dead heart.
My cold, dead heart. I've come around to it a little. I listen to the whole record now, but yeah, man, it's still not my favorite. I mean, compare this to like the energy of like the first half, it's like not even close. But I don't know, it's all right. But yeah, just move on. Track 9, I Could Never Draw.
smoke. I was 3 feet tall. Still could read the writings on the wall. Still my darling, even after it all. Just with empty arms. Threw a penny at the wishing well. Sank beneath my feet and fell. Threw a penny at the wishing well. Sank beneath my feet was all. Too much for the way I wish I could breathe. Too much for the way I wish I was brave. Too much for the way I wish I could breathe. Too much for the way I wish I was brave.
All right. I could never draw.
Not relatable. I can draw perfectly fine.
It's your job, so.
Yeah, I suppose. It was pretty decent. I mean, again, not one of my favorites, but still acceptable. It's different than the rest of the record. I don't know how I feel about the auto-tune. Again, this is the one issue I had with the Lucy Dacus record.
That's
It's like,
right.
I don't know how to feel about these because, like, I don't know if the song warrants it, and I don't know if it uses it correctly. I mean, they're like both Lucy and this group have like it's amazing vocalists, but it's like I don't know if they're using it correctly or if the context is right for it. Because if you give someone like an Emotion Heap or a Bon Iver this kind of song, they're gonna absolutely like kill it.
Sure.
And I love that, but it's like I don't know if I need it kind of used, kind of not used in the song. I didn't really understand why it was being used.
Yeah, it's
But I did like
questionable.
the general tune of it. Yeah, I think it would have been better without it, and just as like a more like chill acoustic number because I feel like I like that in my records. Like
Sure.
I found a lot of the reactions we do, a lot of the like really quiet acoustic simple songs I go back to a lot, like with the Fleet Foxes record and all these other ones. I always go back to the acoustic ones for some
Little
reason.
Red Fox.
But yes, exactly. But yeah, it's not bad. It's just like there's a little couple of things I would have tweaked, but I mean, good enough.
Sure. Yeah, that one, not my favorite, but you know, I'm the biggest defender of that Lucy Dacus song.
Yes.
Although, didn't someone say that it was like she got into like a car accident and it was like recorded like right after that? Is that what
She had
happened?
something up with her voice or something,
Yeah.
and that's why she had to do it.
So I don't know. I like that song. I
I
like
like
it.
the Spotify singles version. With
I
that
like
song.
both versions.
Did
I'll defend both of those.
she do that one live? I feel like she did.
Yeah, she did, and she did it with auto tune live.
Yeah. I don't remember if I liked that or not. I don't remember her doing it.
Frankly, I didn't really think that
That
the
was-
auto tune was very noticeable in the live version.
Yeah, that was the couch tour. That was a weird concert.
That was a weird concert, but it was also very,
Very
very
impressive.
good. Yes, very impressive. But yeah, no, I mean, I like the riff, like I like that. I do like that. That's just kind of going the whole time. I do like when songs have that, but I don't know. Maybe this one's. I don't know. I was gonna say it's too short, but also it doesn't really do a whole lot with it. Maybe do more with it, and then make
doesn't
it
find
longer.
its footing. It's
Yeah.
like auto tune and then not auto tune and then a riff and it's like
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, the first half of this record, really good. I don't know. They're just like these last three songs are like all kind of a little weird and missteps for me. But we'll close it out. Track 10, Father Mackenzie.
Eleanor, you're perfect, all in every single way. And I should have left my vows down by the lake, 'cause I can't live this way. Used to be, I could see the hall light up around your face, where the pews stayed empty long before you came, when I thought I could live this way. Used to be, empty seats defeated me and stripped my faith, but my seat is sown in Peter's gates. My fate will lead right back to you someday. Something's in the water. Was it you? Something's in the water. Was it you? Washed over me.
All right. That was Father Mackenzie and the album as a whole.
I think that was a pretty good closer, actually. I think it wrapped it up really nicely. That's the acoustic one that I wanted without any of the funny stuff. I think the writing was really great. I think it ended it at a really good note. I like how Arid is ending, just like it kind of began as well. I feel like that's always the key to a solid album is like you need a good intro and outro.
Yes.
And the outro is pretty great. Album as a whole is pretty solid. I mean, like you said, easy listening. I would definitely put this on again just when I'm doing whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely is a more spring summer type album. But at the same time, I feel like the back half is a lot more fall and winter. It gets a little bit more subtle towards the back half, which I mean is fine. I feel like there wasn't as many like absolute hits on the back, but I think Pastels and Off the Lawn are probably my two favorites. But yeah, pretty good. I'd be interested to see what their recent album sounded like. I don't know if they're carrying this momentum or if they kind of had their like, I don't think it was a TikTok thing, but popular song on a playlist and then had some clout off of that. But seems like the plays are pretty decent on their new album, so I might be interested.
Yeah, maybe we'll check it out. I'm not sure, because I have not listened to any of their new stuff besides this. But yeah, I did not realize how good that last song was until just now. Well, mainly because I'm listening to this album doing other things. But now that I'm sat down
Like actually
listening to it, wow, that was really, really good. Yeah, really, really good closer. Yeah, no, this is a perfect. I don't like using the term like background music because it is kind of demeaning, but also like, man, it gets you kind of pumped when you're listening to like Off the Lawn and you're out doing something. That's some good stuff, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to like a lot of ambient stuff, and it's like it's background music, but at the same time, it's like it's good, and I
Yeah.
listen to it a lot for that reason. So it's
Sure.
like it is a weird way to frame it that way, but it's like different music has different purposes.
Right.
This kind of falls into multiple purposes, which is good.
Yeah.
So
You know, you're not gonna be like mowing your lawn and listening to A Crow Looked at Me.
no,
That would be
if
weird.
you are, you're crazy.
But you know, you could mow your lawn while listening to Off the Lawn.
Ooh,
There
that's a
you
good one.
go.
And now I'm just imagining someone with like a lawn mowing playlist, and it all like has to tie in with grass and lawns.
It's just gonna be like this song and then just every Wiz Khalifa song.
Ooh, that's a good point.
So, yeah.
That'd be a good playlist.
Would be a good playlist. Someone get on that and send it to us somehow. I don't know.
You'll figure it out.
Figure it out. But I think it's wheel time, huh?
Oh my god, it's wheel time.
Yo, wheel. We're back at the wheel. Time to spin.
I'm feeling the yikes today.
You know, I was feeling it earlier, but I'm really hoping that it isn't going to
Yeah.
be one.
Something in my bones. Oh, never mind.
The opposite of one. Well, that works for me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, what are you gonna pick, huh? Oh, you really you slimmed your good wheel down.
I did slim it down. I added a whole bunch of different stuff in other categories besides the good category.
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
I'm between two, but I'm gonna do one because it's nearing the end of the year, and I'd like to get it out of the way before the end of the year. So we're gonna do the new
Okay.
Sampha album.
All right. The new, is that PG Lang?
No. What
No.
is he on? Sampha's on something.
Okay. I just knew that he was on the new Morale and the Big
He
Steppers.
is. He is.
So I think that's the
Not
only thing I know.
affiliated though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know. All right. Well, we'll do that next week. All right. New Sampha record next week.
Next week. Right on time.
Is that right? When did that come out?
It came out October 20th, so
Oh,
about a
actually,
month late.
not too bad.
Not too bad.
It's better than the Mitski one. Weren't we like a couple
True.
months late to that?
Yeah, I think it was about the same time actually.
Oh, okay. Well then.
I think I saw it come out and everybody was freaking out about it. I'm like, oh no, I forgot.
Oh,
And then I had to put it
no.
on and then wait until the wheel spin went. So
Well, we got there eventually, and we're
Yeah.
gonna get here eventually next week.
mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know anything about Sampha. Are they rap or R&B?
R&B mostly. It's like
Okay.
a alternative R&B lane. So
Sure.
you should enjoy it. So that's why I put it in good.
Well, that's the point.
But we'll see.
Okay.
Babjab has previewed a couple of songs for me, so I have somewhat of an indication. But
Okay.
I'm excited.
Nice.
Want to get this one in before the end of the year because it is coming up soon. We'll be having list stuff
Right.
next month
Sometime.
in some form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not going to be anything too crazy. I don't want to edit another like hour and a half video of us talking because that seems to be what happens every year. So
We'll figure it out.
yeah,
But yeah, that'll be coming up. I need to get a list ready. I haven't even started.
mine's pretty much made. I just need to sort it a little bit.
Yeah, you work on your lists all year round, and I cram
Yes.
at the end, which I feel like you do for the podcast. So we just do like the
Yes,
reverse.
We do the reverse.
So that works. But yeah. Check out our podcast. The most recent episode is just me, and it's weird. I don't know if that's the one you want to start with. It's also talking about two artsy African movies, so maybe don't start with that one. Start with the Barbie movie one. That's a good one to start with, I guess.
When
I
was the
don't know.
Barbie movie one? I don't remember.
It was in like July or August.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's when it came out.
Yeah.
That was a good episode. I enjoyed that episode.
It was a good episode. It's one of the few episodes that my girlfriend has listened to, and she disagreed with us pretty much all the way.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that one was one where we posted that podcast, and she was like disagreeing with me, and then my mom listened to that episode for some reason, and also was like, "You were wrong about this," and I'm like, "We aren't women. Like we're trying our best here, but like."
I thought I did a pretty good job.
I thought so too, but apparently, I don't know if it was just me. It could have just been me. I don't.
Although, yeah, they're not talking to me, so I feel like
They aren't talking to you. They don't have your number, but yeah, just a little fun thing to tag on to the end of this Brook and Bluff reaction.